Dudes, it's Gaz, and welcome back to another Warframe video. So yeah, finally making a Cyte-09 build video today, and here we are with the first build for Cyte-09. It's going to be a zombie build involving basically infinite energy, sustain, and crazy big damage. Now, thankfully for Cyte-09, he can already do crazy big damage without any, nourish or anything like that, but still, we're taking it next level with some nourish here. Hope you guys enjoy this video. We're going to be going over my current Cyte-09 build. And yeah, I have not really had the most time to play him. I've been doing a lot of face-off. I've been playing like Wisp, Volt, Seven Goth and stuff like that. So I have not really been super into Cyte-09 yet, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm going to still show you guys what I have because he is really fun to play. You just get some big AoE damage with him. You can shoot through walls. The list goes on as far as good stuff. Now, he's got lots of fun weapons too you can use with him, and he's also a perma-invis frame. So let's get right into the build and what you can expect from Cyte-09. So, getting a little bit of an in-game mission here. Cyte-09's first ability is going to be a little scanner thing you place on the ground, and it will scan forward depending on how much range you have, and it will mark enemies' heads through walls. Additionally, depending on how much range you have, you'll get punched through built in on your guns that you can shoot those enemies through the wall with their easily marked headshots. So as you can see right now, extremely powerful with the dual Tox assist Incarnon. Additionally, Cyte-09's passive gives you increased critical chance for guns after getting a headshot kill, so it's really perfect with a dual Tox Incarnon. One thing that isn't as perfect with a dual Tox Incarnon is Cyte-09's second ability, Resupply. He basically throws an ammo pad on the ground. The thing about Incarnon weapons with this is it doesn't actually work with Incarnon weapons when they're in their Incarnon form. So if you look at my dual Tox right now, my dual Tox, we're not in the Incarnon form. We summoned in some enemies to get some Incarnon ammo. So I got some Incarnon ammo, but here's the ability. So Cyte-09's second ability, Resupply, lets you pick any element you want as a forced extra hit, or you can just do it for a random one if you felt like it. But yeah, just showing it right now. So I'm in the non-Incarnon form. I'm going to throw out a blast proc ammo pad. So if I go pick that up, my normal non-Incarnon ammo got filled. When I go to Incarnon form, it does not let me pick up the ammo packs. So you'll still get access to Cyte-09's damage buffs and stuff like that from his 1, but you're not going to be getting access to that extra proc and really getting any benefit from his 2 on the Incarnon ammo pool. So that's a little bit unfortunate, but still, he is so crazy strong with normal weapons at this point that you're not going to be really too worried about the fact it's not you're not getting every little buff from his 2 on Incarnon weapons. So yeah, moving on to the rest of his abilities, we've got the third ability of Cyte-09 called Evade. You will jump backwards, and it's got a 60-second cooldown after you cast this. But after you cast the Evade ability, you will go invisible, scaling on duration, and the cooldown will start right when you cast the ability. So that 60-second cooldown starts immediately. On the build we're going to show today, we've got 25-second duration. How do you stay perma-invis as Cyte-09, as I said earlier? You need to get headshot kills. Every headshot kill will give you 5 seconds of extra invisibility on this build, and it will go up to the maximum capacity of 76 seconds. So if you get I think it's like 6 or 7, 8 headshot kills, you'll be perma-invisible with our build today. Not always reliable, but in missions like Survival, it's extremely reliable. Missions like Disruption, probably reliable. Void Cascade, I still gotta play him in Void Cascade. I haven't been playing him that much recently, but in Void Cascade there might not be enough kills there, so still remains to be seen, but he seemed like he'd be pretty OP strong there as well. But yeah, as long as you get those kills, you'll stay invis. And yeah, the 76-second max duration is you're staying in invis up to 70. Your duration lasts for 76 seconds. It ticks down while you're AFK basically. So you can literally be perma invis with him, unlike Ashe, where Ashe has to recast it. You don't have to recast it with him unless you actually drop it from losing headshot kills. And the ultiest Cyte-09 is actually an exalted sniper called the Neutralizer. We will not be covering that in today's video, but it seems like it hits pretty hard, and the ricochets of that sniper are similar to the dual Tox. It will go for a headshot and it will go for ricochet headshots. That scales with range too. So on a build that's not like ours today, you could go for a high range ricochet playstyle on that. Alright, now that we talked about all the abilities, let's talk about the builds and basically what are some good weapons for him, because he's actually a weapon master, an invisible weapon master at that, and can buff weapons really hard. So I'm going to show you some of the things I like and some ideas you can go for with Cyte-09. I'll have a level 10,000 Cyte-09 video in the future. Just it's the holidays right now, so it's not really the most time right now. So as far as what I got, keep in mind this is not the only way to run Cyte-09 for level 10,000. I've got 4 ability power strength shards to buff my weak point damage from my 1, which gives me, I have 227% increased weak point damage, so yeah, sorry about that, Ivara. We got a damage buff on resupply, scaling with power strength as well. We got 75% extra damage. Keep on, we have some arcanes that give us more power strength too, so we're at like a little bit over 100, I want to say, after all this is said and done on the weapon buff. We also got a sniper extra damage buff as well, but I'm not really using a sniper right now, unless the Quellor is considered a sniper. And then we got evade. Now, the power strength does not really make evade that much better. It gives you more HP after you get a kill, but this is not a build based around HP healing or anything like that. So don't worry about power strength for his 3, but it does scale pretty nicely off duration. And for the final ability, we got Nourish from Grendel, giving us energy multiplier, viral damage built in, and an AoE viral proc as well. So lots of good stuff there, but it mainly lets us sustain our abilities extremely well and get built-in viral. Since we could use our resupply to do whatever element we feel like, we could do viral from Nourish, which does not combine, corrosive from the ammo pack, and that's a very good combo. We can totally debuff them with our green. We got 1 green shard for ammo for stacks. We can actually get pretty much no armor on enemies in like 1 or 2 bullets, even with this not great status chance. Now, there's a new arcane called Primary Crux I'd actually recommend to you. I'm not using it right now, but Primary Crux gives you increased ammo efficiency and status chance when you are getting weak point hits. And since this guy is very focused on weak point hits, you can use that arcane to get ammo efficiency, which does work with his 2. So we put on Primary Crux, show what I'm talking about. I need 1 more rank. I need 1 more RZO to get a rank 6 or rank 5 of it. So go ahead and showing it right now. So normally this gun drains 50 bullets per Quellor alt-fire shot. We throw out the ammo pack, and then we're going to go ahead and get some weak point hits with Primary Crux. It's draining like 20 bullets. So you can spam things with Primary Crux a lot easier, but keep in mind, you can just throw out your ammo pad to instant refill. Just let you spam it more alt-fire shots before you have to throw out an ammo pad. So yeah, Primary Crux can be a pretty interesting one with lots of weapons. But you know what can also be really good with Cyte-09? Is going to be a weapon like the Kuva Zarr. You can really spam AoE guns with Cyte-09 with that second ability. So watch this, basically as follows. Also watch my energy bars regenerating quite quickly. Once we get everything fully stacked up, we can basically get all the energy we need to spam this eternally. So we spam our Zarr shots, when we get low, we throw out an ammo pad, we spam our Zarr shots. As you see, the ammo is being pulled out of thin air. So we have infinite Zarr with Cyte-09. It's extremely good, and the Zarr is basically back if you play this character. Alright, so very good stuff there. You can spam the mission endlessly, basically. Just make sure you have the silencer on it so you don't draw attention to your area. Alright, so as far as our zombie Cyte-09 build today, keep in mind this has not been tested for level 10,000. I'm just showing you what I currently have. We've got a big focus on power strength and duration. You might be like, wow, why do you have negative range on Cyte-09? The range of his 1 is affected by negative range. So it's normally a 60-meter scan through the wall and stuff like that. With my amount of range, it's 38 meters. If you put on stretch instead of augur reach, I think it goes to like 42 meters, but you do lose out on the actual potential shield. It's actually 47 meters, so a bit more range from stretch, but yeah. So the reason I am not using big crazy range on this build is because this build is going to be used in Void Cascade and survival missions. Depending on which tile you're in, as you saw in the footage at the beginning, 38 meters for certain camping spots is completely fine. As we see right here, I'm marking enemies that are literally like a room and a half away with my scanner that's not even like pressed up against the wall. So I find 38 meters to be fine for my type of playstyle, but yes, if you don't think it's enough range for your punch through and scanning through walls stuff, you're totally cool to take off narrow-minded, to put on like maybe a different duration mod, like maybe augur message. If we took off that instead, we would go from 37 meters to 78 meters through walls, which is, you know, a lot more extreme. That's like literally you're seeing enemies like as they spawn pretty much. To me, I didn't feel like I needed it, but to you, maybe you'll find that more enjoyable. But yeah, to me, that's not my playstyle personally. And also that massively nukes our duration on the invis, so you're a lot more dependent on getting those headshot kills. As you can see, the initial duration is only 17 seconds, and the max duration is 53 seconds. Again, up to you if you want to do this. I could definitely see it being a possibility. But for me, I like getting about over 5 seconds per kill and a max duration of 76 seconds. Not to mention longer duration scanners and longer duration nourish. I could definitely see it being flexible, guys, but for me right now, I've got this. Now, as far as the aura mod, we got Worthy Camaraderie. Since his passive gives you increased crit chance on headshot kills, I said, why not stack Worthy Camaraderie? You could even stack the new mod's primary acuity and secondary acuity for even more ridiculous amounts of crit chance. Primes are funny because you can still get knocked over and stuff while you're in Viz, because AoE attacks will still hit you, so just be aware of that. That's also another reason I've got Rolling Guard on here. Why are you putting Rolling Guard in a permanent Viz frame? Because at level 10,000, AoE fire procs are not, they're no joke. So if you get a fire proc on you, this is how you would prevent yourself from dying from that, or a slash proc for that matter as well, or a magnetic proc for that matter. Even without full shield gate focus, we can use this and Augur Reach to get a bit of invincibility if there's something weird happening. If there's like some damage instances that we're not expecting, we could get about 3 seconds of invincibility from this, and then a little bit extra invincibility after that by casting any ability, which we'll be casting ability somewhat often. Prime Continuity, going along with Narrow-Minded for that crazy long duration for our invisibility. And again, of course, I did say earlier, you could replace, if you don't want to run Narrow-Minded, you can even run a Power Strength mod here instead. Maybe you want more Power Strength. Let's put on Transient Fortitude instead of Prime Continuity, right? Like, you could even try that out for even more damage multipliers. But to me, until I do try them at level 10,000, I want to keep it on here like this. I've got an Umbra Forma on Cyte-09. Not probably the most ideal, but it is a good amount of Power Strength that lets me fit on more stuff. Energy Nexus, going along with our Nourish, with Blind Rage, makes it so we can energy regen quite quickly. We've also got the new Arcane Crepuscular here, which gives us increased crit damage and power strength while in Viz. So that's going to apply to our Nourish as well. So between Arcane Crepuscular and Molt Augmented, we get 90% extra power strength. We're at like 400-ish power strength, and we can go even higher if we want to change some of these mods up for more power strength, because it's really up to personal preference. But yeah, as I stated, I do like a lot of weapons on him, such as the Quellor. So this thing is going to have that crazy strong alt-fire shot. But I actually showed it to you with no new acuity mod on here. Also, we got the new Spectral Serration mod. It's basically double Serration damage while you're in Viz. And since you're permanent in Viz at Cyte-09, you see where I'm going with this. But yeah, unfortunately, the primary acuity mod, these new crazy good ones that work well with Cyte-09, don't let you mod for multi-shot. So with my weapons that have multi-shot ribbons, I have to make a new build, basically, if I want to use these new, very powerful mods. So I've got a new build right here. Now, it's not fully, obviously, you can use an empty mod slot. I got 20 drained primary acuity. I need to form with this thing again. But for right now, this will give you a good idea of how strong primary acuity can be with Cyte-09. So on headshots, increase weak point damage and weak point crit chance. We get a non-multi-shot ribbon and no multi-shot mods on the build. So let's go ahead and show you how that works. We summon in these guys, and now we do want to get like a stack or two, but once we do, it's a very, very hard-hitting red crit. I'm not even using Nourish right now, by the way. A red crit alt-fire shot. So yeah, very strong there. Of course, it can do wonders on lots of weapons, so just keep that in mind that if you do want to run Cyte-09, maybe consider weapons like weapons that can use primary acuity to an extent, or weapons you don't have multi-shot ribbons for example. But the dual Tox, very, very good on the current patch, especially with Cyte-09. We've got Fevered Frenzy, Marksman's Hand, and Commodore's Fortune giving us massive crit. We've actually got secondary Outburst on here, which is going to let us get more red crits and crit damage. We also got the new mod, Magnetic Might, which I've been experimenting with on the dual Tox for making it where we have corrosive, viral, and magnetic, which can be very good for killing level 10,000 Threx. How am I getting corrosive on here? Well, the ability of the dual Tox assist, Frenzy, lets you get built-in toxin damage. And since we got electric mod from Prime Convulsion, we get corrosive on here. Now, I do have a punch-through Riven, so we're not, and also it's got multi-shot, so we're not using acuity on here, even though I kind of want to. But yeah, so this punch through is going to stack with Cyte-09's punch through for about 10 meters of punch through. They can shred enemies from really, really far away. Additionally, Suppress, to make it where enemies don't know where you're shooting from, can be pretty helpful as well. So, secondary Outburst. You swap from your melee to your secondary, it gives you crazy crit chance and crit damage. How are we going to make this work with Cyte-09? Well, since Cyte-09 is a gun master, we can easily get primary kills with Cyte-09, which is going to stack up our Ceramic Dagger Incarnon. So the Ceramic Dagger Incarnon has a perk called Gun and Blade. On primary kill, you get built initial combo up to 100 times. So 100 initial combo from 100 Quellor kills or 100 Zarr kills, whatever you end up going for. Glaxian kills, for that matter. He's very good, Lieutenant Glaxian. We get all that combo stacked up, and we are going to be able to swap with our... We have a lot of initial combo, by the way. We got Corrupt Charge and initial combo Riven. We will swap from this maybe get like 1 or 2 kills with Crescendo, and we will have red crit dual Tox with minimal effort. So as you see right now, we're just walking around with a 5x. If I got 100 primary kills, we'd be walking around with like a 10x. Then a couple more kills after that, we're just pretty much good to go. So, yeah. This could work on lots of Incarnon weapons or just lots of pistols in general. But the big thing here is that you can easily stack this up since Cyte-09 is so good with primary weapons and secondary weapons for that matter too. So, really, really deadly damage. You can kill max level enemies with this gun in 1 bullet if you do all this stacking stuff together. So, if you basically, the way you stack it is you get 100 primary kills, and then maybe 1 or 2 finishers after that. If you want to do an easy finisher, there are multiple ways to do it. I'm going to show you right now. So let's do a couple butchers in here. So what I usually do for finishers, I usually do a jump kick. So I jump, then slide, and you can do an easy finisher on enemies like that. So that's what I usually do. Now, there's other ways to do it too. If you have Vazor and Focus Tree equipped, you can easily do those as well. But as you see, I've gotten 2 finishers already from minimal effort. And yes, it does work on enemy in mission too. It's not just in the simulacrum. So, yeah, as you see, we went from a 5x to a 7x just like that. And when you get to 12x, you'll get the most damage from your outburst you possibly can. So, good stuff on that front. Now, as far as our companion here, we've got the Pharaoh Predicite. Now, since Cyte-09 can do all these different procs with his abilities, I decided to say, why not another proc? We've got Anabolic Pollination, which, if you're not aware, now no longer combines into other elements. It's a separate toxin instance. So we've got Toxin, Magnetic, Corrosive, and all that other stuff we've got going on too. Oh, not to mention Viral too. So this will let us one-shot shielded enemies through their shields. And it's pretty nice. It's not necessary at all, but it's definitely pretty fun. Another companion you could try here is going to be the Adarza Kavat for more crit. But yeah, this thing is good at killing stuff. It's good at buffing us, and it's just good in general. It can achieve Reinforced Bond and Tenacious Bond through minimal modding required. Now, you might see that my Predicite has 47% crit chance, but that's actually a glitch. It's not supposed to show that little of crit chance, but yeah, Tenacious Bond should be active here. And yeah, actually, I think I might be on the wrong build on the Quellor, maybe. Yeah, why am I so low on crit chance right now? That definitely shouldn't be that low. Either way, if the Quellor is not going to work for Tenacious Bond, do a different primary. And yeah, that's going to be basically it for the loadout, guys. Very high damage from the Cyte-09. He's definitely one of the most OP frames in the game right now. I don't know why this is not 50%. Maybe the Quellor just doesn't have the crit chance for it, actually. But either way, I'll put on another primary for the Tenacious Bond. Either way, he's definitely one of the most OP frames in the game right now. He feels very, very, very strong. And I don't think he'll get nerfed, honestly. But his synergy with weapons is very, very, extremely high, too. So, like, you just go find a weapon that sounds decent. He'll probably make it good. Now, unfortunately, the Soma Prime, I didn't think he made the Soma Prime that great. But for like an example, for the Galaxian, for example, we've got a Magnetic Galaxian here. This should be enough crit chance for it, right? All right, there's Tenacious Bonds. So yeah, so the thing about the Tenet Galaxian, we've got Corrosive, Cold, and Magnetic. With this build, I can throw on Nourish for Viral, and I can throw on my Ammo Pack for Blast. So the proc potential is insano, but it just basically requires you to be using a weapon that can actually pick it up in the first place. Doesn't work with Incarnons, as I said. I don't think it works with battery weapons either, so there are some weapons it's not great with. That's going to be up to personal preference. So I'd say he's basically, you're good to go on buying him or farming him. He's not that hard to farm, but his drop rates do seem a little bit low for some players. So hope you guys found this quick impressions of Cyte-09 fun and helpful. Again, like I said, there's plenty of ways to build him. This is just the way I started out building him, since this is one of my go-to build styles, with having a little bit of armor removal, viral procs, and having his massive gun bust should just take care of any level enemy. So look up for me on the stream doing a level 10,000 Cyte-09 Cascade probably in the next couple of days. All right, you guys have a great holiday, and I'll see you again very soon. Peace.